All right, 390 Wagon Master here. Today, we're going to service this microphone. So I don't know what it is with this turner. This has always done this. I'm not sure if it's because of that gap right here between the PTT and the actual casting itself, but this thing gets pretty noisy, gets kind of funky. Some radios it shows up better than others. I don't really know why that's a thing, but anyway, this drives me nuts. And we're gonna take care of this. And I want to show you guys how I do it. So I have to do, I don't know. I have to do this about every 2 years with this thing, it seems like. So anyway, let's tear into it. All right, so I've got my little #1 Phillips here, and when I got this mic, I got it for like $10. I bought it at a yard sale up in Port Angeles, and it was from an old ham guy, well, from a ham operator's estate, I should say. And his son's just like, yeah, get this CB crap out of here. And this was part of a box with X amount of things in it. And I paid X amount of money, and it ended up to be, I got a bunch of stuff for like $10 a piece. And this was in my opinion, this was the pick here. This was the best thing out of it. But anyway, as you can see here, I've got like a lot of dust in there. So, you know, we can get some of that out, kind of clean it up a little bit as far as that surface dust goes. Yeah. Anyway, I'm in a really dusty environment here. And let's see, I'm going to plug this back into the radio. And let's see. See. Okay, well, so I'm going to get my little setup prepared here, and I'll show you how I clean these contacts. Okay, so I've got some paper. This isn't what I like to use. I like to use like a rougher cardstock or even like matchbooks, but it's kind of hard to get that kind of stuff anymore. So I do have like a semi cardstock here, but it's a little smoother than I'm used to. But anyway, it'll work. So let's do this. So you have to be super careful here, but you've basically got these pivot points here where this PTT bar comes down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of squeeze one side in like that. You got to be careful, right? Because these parts are not available anymore. And we'll just take that over there like that. And kind of has some junk on there. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, so here's where we need to be. And we have these contacts right here. These are like these are called leaf switches. Okay. And this is what's keying the radio. So this one keys the radio. Okay. And this is the audio side. And so we're going to have to take care of that. So we have a couple carbon tabs right here that make contacts, a couple contactors. Then we have another one hidden underneath this little piece of cardboard. So we need to get all of these contacts taken care of. So I'm going to cut like a thinner strip here and try to sneak in sideways. I'm not sure if I did that one that was way back there last time. I don't really remember. So let's see. So I've got this one here for sneaking in over here, and I've got this one for taking care of these obvious ones right up in here. So what I like to do is I like to do this dry first. And let me see if I can get in there and get those done. So we're going to push everything down. Okay. Now remember, this was the keying side. I never had a problem with this, but this was the audio side. And I don't know if you can see here, but there's actually a skid mark there, you see. So this was the key down area right here, a little bit of a mark. But right there, it was pretty dirty. So let's get in there again. And I'm not getting crazy as far as what kind of force I'm using to push it down. I'm not really getting too crazy because I don't want to ruin that material here. Let me go in here. Yeah, see, I'm getting a little bit from the switching side, but mostly it was from the audio. Like I say, you want to be careful because you can't really get this stuff anymore, right? I mean, I don't know where to do it anyway. And that was that. Let me see if I can sneak in here and get this one underneath here. There we go. Little bit of dirt in there. Let's see if we're still getting that kind of a noise. No. See, now we're just getting a good positive click. Okay, so that was definitely the way to go. Now, this is optional, and I kind of do this 50-50 because I'm sort of sold on this technique, and I've been doing it like this for a long time. And I'll get a little bit over here on this puppy here. And kind of what I'm doing here is I've already cleaned the contacts, but now I'm going to kind of clean them and lubricate them a little bit. And the reason why I used to be 100% sold on this. Let me get in there and get underneath that one. And that is looking good. Anyway, I used to be 100% sold on this because basically we're cleaning it in a, like a wet dry configuration. See, I did get more stuff off there. But is it an attractant? So I was just thinking about this. Am I attracting dirt to this? So let's clean those. And yeah, that looks pretty good. So tell me in the comments what you guys think about doing it like this. Like I say, I generally have really good luck on D104s and other, Turner mics and stuff like that. But, as I'm putting this little video together, I'm thinking, am I attracting dust by doing that? That's a very interesting question. All right, so let's put her back in. I'm going to put one corner in first, one side in first. And actually, I think I need to do this. Hold this up. This has been a while. I'm going to hold that up. Put that leg in there. There's a technique, and I forgot how to do it. There we go. We're going to get it to snap in. Don't fight me. There we go. Oh, listen to that. Now, we're just getting the switch, how can I say this? The noise that the cartridge is picking up. Mechanical here. Look at that. Much better. Okay, and I'll probably get a couple years out of that, and I'm okay with that. I'm trying to think though, while I have it apart, is there something that I could do to make it so dirt doesn't get in there. I'm going to get a little side view. I was thinking if I put a piece of electric tape like across here to kind of seal that up. You know, I have some right here. I'm going to try that. Never even thought about that before, but obviously there's something getting down in there. Get my little scissors out. Snip, snip. Was I long enough? Yeah, kind of. Come on, Mike, do a better job than that. That's kind of greasy. You know what? I'm not feeling good about that. Let me get a little bit longer one. Just to be safe. It's just a piece of tape. All right. And let's just spool her out like that. There we go. I think the camera's getting a better view at this than I am. So let's just give this a little trim. And we'll snag this one here. Fold her over a little bit there, maybe. Let's see. I like that. Now the tape is touching those top leaves, but they're in a top position anyway, and I don't feel that that's going to give me any problems. I like that. We're going to call that a wrap. Let's just see what happens. I mean, this thing's really easy to service. Not really sure if that's going to do what I want it to do, but how do you know unless you try, right? It's kind of a dorky looking setup, but we'll see. I know you safety salads, you shouldn't have your radio plugged in. As just smoke starts coming out of everything, right? All right. There we go. All right, I never cinch anything down until I've got all the screws in the correct locations there. And I know you're going to say like, well, Wagon Master, why are you letting this thing just dangle around like that? And I'll tell you here in just a second. Let me see. There we go. And the heads of those Phillips are starting to waller out a little bit. All right, let's get that out of here. Okay, so the deal is I switch back and forth radios quite a bit. And I go from electronic to relay. And this is like a little lock piece here. I didn't want to misplace this, so to get it out of the way, I just kind of tagged it over here. All right. This is probably the most universal microphone I have. Like it won't key the radio, it won't key this up in relay mode. Some it will though. So I have this microphone wired to like Cobra standard. What is that? Like 1 shield, 2 white, 3 red, 4 black, something like that. Most of my microphones are wired like that, and then I use converter cables and stuff and such. But I've had radios like, oh my gosh, what was the last one that I had on here? Like a little Robin AM rig, my SBE sidebander 5, I mean, and some other rigs that generally, if you go to introduce like a Cobra style stock mic to them, they won't work. But this little Plus 2B, it's like, it doesn't have the Turner switch kit in it, but it's just the way that it switches. It is the most radio friendly microphone I have, excuse me. This thing will work on radios without rewiring a plug or using a converter cord that none of my other lollipops and stuff will. So not only do I really like the audio quality of this puppy, which is just awesome. It's like the most flexible microphone I have, and that's just kind of a kind of a rarity. And I have this tape insulator on here for what reason? What reason? No reason. I don't know why that was there. Or was that an original attempt at this? Aha. I don't know. Anyway. Why was that there? That's interesting. All right, so let's try it. There we go. Yeah, nice. Look, as far as doing this wet or dry, again, over the years, I have done this in both combinations. I've started out wet and then gone to dry. I've started out dry and gone to wet, back and forth, back and forth. And I just really have no preferred method. And I always kind of experiment, but I always forget like which way I did it last time. So anyway, I've got this documented, so maybe in a couple of years, if I need to tear into this puppy again, we'll go over that. But anyway, there we go. Let's turn up the volume here. And no more switch noise. Awesome. Very cool. All right, you guys, leave questions or comments down below. I really super dig doing, little easy projects like that. These are fun, just little maintenance things, I've kind of let this go for several months and it only took a few minutes to do it, But anyway, all right, please leave questions or comments down below. Cheers, everybody.